everyone, and welcome back to Sunday Reads with Renee. My name is Renee here at Simply Renee, and I'm going to be doing another double book review for this segment. But before I begin, I want to just thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel as well as liked, commented, shared my videos. I truly appreciate it. And I thank you so much for always tuning in, always recommending, and also always subscribing as well. I thank you so much, and I truly, truly appreciate it. For this double book review, I've actually done a little bit of a switch. I was planning to do a little bit more of a heavy-handed mystery thriller, but with recent events, I decided to stick to a little bit of the Christmas season as well as something of lighter flair. And it's going to be two books by Anita Hughes, which is Christmas in London and Christmas in Paris. Before I begin, I just want to let everyone know, as always, that I will be revealing plot points, so please be sure to be forewarned that spoilers are ahead. The first one is Christmas in London, a 2017 novel by Anita Hughes that takes place, of course, during the Christmas season of London, England, and is a romance novel. And this is a story about a young woman named Louisa who is working in a Manhattan bakery, everything going fine as she's making the cinnamon rolls when a TV production crew comes in and purchases the last batch. And they're so impressed with her cinnamon roll baking skills that they ask her the next day to come and take part in their Christmas at Claridge's TV special, and she's very excited about this, Louisa, because she's a huge fan of the show. It's a great opportunity for her and her skills, but also she gets to work with Digby Bunting, who is the Brad Pitt of celebrity chefs. And it's a very exciting opportunity. So when she arrives in London, everything seems to be going great so far. She meets this production assistant named Noah, who's handsome, very charming. She and Louisa connect very well. But Noah also makes a comment that Digby is a little bit more interested in Louisa than any of her baking skills, so there's a little bit of a sort of love triangle in that regard. But it also has a little personal journey for Louisa because she questions whether she's a talented baker or not. And there's also a little bit of a side story involving a woman named Kate, who is a 30-something boss of Noah, and she has always put her career first after a failed romance many years ago. But then, by chance in London, she meets the young man who she had this failed romance with many years ago, and they have a chance to reconnect and try again, but can they make it work this time? So, Christmas in London is very much the hallmarky feel with all the romance, and it also takes place, of course, in Christmas time. It's kind of a predictable Christmas romance type novel, but I liked it in general because of all the food. It was wonderful to be embraced by all this food, and it made me very hungry. So if you decide to read this book, please be sure to do so on a full stomach. But what I also liked about the book too is that I think the characters were great. It flowed very nicely. I enjoyed how it was structured. So Christmas in London was really nice, and I think Anita Hughes also captured the sights and sounds of London pretty well. The next one is Christmas in Paris by Anita Hughes, and this is a 2016-2017 novel that she wrote before Christmas in London. And it is very much similar to Christmas in London in terms of the romance Christmas setting in a major European city, only this time it takes place in Paris, France. And this time it's about a young woman named Isabelle who is finding herself in the Christmas season of Paris, trying to really enjoy her time there after unexpected events occur. She was planning to marry this man named Neil, and she was really looking forward to spending that life with him. But as he decided to take over his grandparents' farm, it didn't fit well with Isabel's ideas of the future because she's a career ambitious financial analyst. And so they parted ways. Her now ex fiance Neil tells her to take up the two tickets of their Paris honeymoon and enjoy herself. And so she does. And at first, things seem to be okay, but then she gets locked outside her balcony. Her next door neighbor in the hotel she's staying at, Alec, who is a French children's book illustrator, helps her out, and they end up forming a little bit of a connection. He helps her explore the sights and sounds and landmarks of Paris, France, and it's a very good time. She finds herself enjoying herself, and then one thing leads to another, and she comes across this fortune teller and a chance encounter with a taxi where it allows her to reprioritize her entire life and everything that she thought was important. When it came to Christmas in Paris, I did like that it took place in Paris, France, the Christmas season, and I did like the character of Isabel. I thought those were the interesting parts of the novel, but I did find the fortune teller and taxi thing a little bit too cliche for my liking, and it's just not something that I really gravitate to. Other than that, I thought it was a nice book. It was well written. You can get through it in a couple of days or even a few hours, depending on how much you read of it and how engrossed you're in with the plot. So I do recommend Christmas in Paris if you like Paris and Christmas and the romance aspect of it. It is very hallmarky, similar to Christmas in London, but I do recommend it because it does give you those feel good romantic angles. And there is a little bit of a personal growth journey for Isabel as well in Christmas in Paris. So these two books I do like because again, it takes place in the Christmas setting, romance, and it does in major European cities, London, England, Paris, France. And I do think they are well worth a read if you've ever read any of Anita Hughes's books before, which are very much Christmassy and romantic in their own way. But also I do like these two books in their own way. If I had to choose between one of the over the other though, I would pick Christmas in London. I thought that was better structured. The characters are all ones that I liked a lot, and it had a lot of the food aspect in it, which I really enjoy. Christmas in Paris does have that food aspect. I did like the character of Isabel, but I don't really feel as gravitating to Christmas in Paris as much as I did Christmas in London. But both of these books are Christmas holiday romance novels, and they have that hallmarky feel to it, a little bit whimsical. So if you're looking for just a good Christmas romance read that you can enjoy and it's not very thought provoking or too thought provoking, then I recommend both of these books. But again, if I had to choose between one over the other, I would pick Christmas in London. I thought that was a little bit better at capturing sights and sounds in London compared to what was done with Christmas in Paris. So I hope you've enjoyed this double book review of Christmas in London and Christmas in Paris, both by Anita Hughes. I know this was a little bit of a short one, but I hope you enjoyed this book review nonetheless. And tell me what you think. Have you read both these books or either of these books? Do you like Christmas romance novels? Have you read any of other works by Anita Hughes? Are there other books that you would like to recommend that have similar plots, themes, whether they're in the Christmas season or not? Please send all your information below in the comments. I would love to hear from everyone and welcome all discussions. Before I close out, I also want to let everybody know too that next week I'm going to be doing my fall read 2025 wrap up of all the books that I've read, and I will leave a link in the description to what I've done with updates back about a month ago, and also at the beginning of the fall season, just so you can get a little bit of a refresher. And also, I'm really looking forward to that one because I have a lot to talk about with the books I chose. And I hope you will tune in to also seeing what I have prepared for the winter 2026 readings challenge season. And I'm very excited about that because we're coming up to the end of 2025. Can you believe it? The new year is upon us, and I'm looking forward to a brighter 2026 and a good new year. And please tell me what you also read here in 2025 as well to put out all suggestions. I always welcome all discussions and suggestions as well. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And I just want to say thank you so much again for tuning in. And I'll see you next time and happy holidays. Bye.